Hey, what's up guys? Seal from the future here. Sorry this video took so long to make. I made this video like literally a couple of weeks ago, but my video editing program has just been like so annoying to work with. And I got a new one and hopefully it will be less annoying and laggy and just frustrating to work with. So, enjoy the video. Hey, what's up guys, this is Seal. I'm finally back from the dead and ready to bring you the long-awaited Assault tier list. I actually made this video about a year ago, maybe more, but never got around to finishing it. I even still have the project on my computer, but I blasted the audio way too loud. And I don't know who peed in my cereal that morning, but I sounded pretty pissed. Hello everybody, this is Seal for like the 5th time recording this freaking video. But today, we are finally going to be doing the Assault tier list. So instead of being lazy and finishing the old project, I'm remaking it from scratch to add an extra layer of quality. And I mean extra because I've made a script for this video and I'm going to be adding gameplay and all this cool stuff, and hopefully I'll get around to remaking the other tier list as well. Enough babbling. Here is my Evolve Assault tier list. So to start off this tier list, we're going to talk about Evolve's Russian hunter poster boy, Markov. Although he was the first hunter to ever fight any of these big boys, I can tell you right now that unfortunately, he isn't the best. His lightning gun is where your damage is going to be the most consistent. It sounds, looks, and feels powerful, however, when you're watching that monster's health bar, the lightning gun's damage is okay at best. The biggest damage dealer in Markov's kit are his arc mines, which can do a mega ton of damage to a monster, and even be the winning finisher in rare cases.
Holy B, dude, yes, come up to me, man. Over here. Big shooty dude. You are dumb! Poor guy, there we go. Mighty Markov, he wins again.
Mines are also good at preventing camping, as if you set a mine on a down hunter, and the monster comes back to prevent a revive, you won't get the revive, but he's going to get a good lunch. The problem in the mines is the lack of consistency, especially with the hitboxes. Let me list the ways that monsters can avoid getting hit by a mine if they are aware of them. Yeah, there are a lot of ways to avoid getting hit by Markov's mines. Not to say that they don't hit, because most players don't know all these methods, but against someone that knows what they're doing, Markov's mines can become next to useless. But lastly, there's his assault rifle. Man, it's just a regular Call of Duty assault rifle. Jokes aside, the assault rifle does okay damage. It's mostly to fill in for reload time on your lightning gun, so you can keep the damage consistent. You put your mines down, and until they go off, It's drain lightning gun, rifle, drain lightning gun, rifle. All in all, Markov is just very okay at everything he does. He's not great, he's not terrible. So I'd probably put him in the C tier. Blitz Markov is the exact same thing as Markov, except he has setup time. Let me explain. So instead of being just static damage like Markov, Blitz Markov's lightning gun and mines do more damage the more time they are outputted. They start at blue, which is the lowest form of damage, but tiers up from there, from blue to purple to red to finally orange, which is big damage. His assault rifle is the same, however has less ammunition and less damage to account for his insane damage potential. I put that in quotes because even though he sounds like he should be better than Markov with his fat damage, he's somehow even more inconsistent. His lightning gun takes about 4 seconds to reach orange and 3 seconds to reach red damage. Okay, but it auto locks onto the monster, so why should it matter? Well, first off, any damage or stuns taken while trying to amp the lightning gun will reset the damage multiplier. So if a monster sees you're getting a little too hot and heavy for their liking, all they gotta do is turn around and swat you like a fly, and that's that. And it's not like the lightning gun is gonna reload either when you get hit, so a lot of times you won't even be able to pull off the 3 to 4 times multiplier because your lightning gun hits the dust. And a big problem with Blitz Markov's lightning gun specifically is that the area for a lock-on compared to your crosshair is a lot smaller than regular Markov, which means that if the monster moves too far from your crosshair, it will also reset and deny any multipliers you'll get because the gun will stop shooting if it has nothing to lock onto. This is a huge problem for monsters such as Wraith, Gorgon, and the Goliaths, who are extremely fast in battle. But what about his arc mines, you may ask? Well, they have the same problem. I mean, once in a blue moon, you'll get fatter damage than Fat Albert, which is incredibly satisfying, by the way. However, most of the time, the monster will run into your mines before they even have the time to set up. And you can't depend on the mines as much as regular Markov because, again, the blue and purple damage multipliers are really just not that good. They do even less damage than regular Markov's mines. So because of these faults, unfortunately, I have to put Blitz Markov lower than regular Markov and set him in the D tier. Hyde has a lot going for him. He's probably the easiest assault in the game to pick up for new players. He has a ton of base damage that's easy to do. Basically, when you play Hyde, you just have to keep a constant gas grenade on the monster and flame them to death with your flamethrower. As long as you switch back and forth, your fire will be amplified by the gas, and it does pretty good consistent damage. He's also pretty decent against every monster in the game, except Kraken. But even then, you could still get decent damage if you hit headshots with his minigun. Speaking of his minigun, it's probably the worst part of this kit. It kind of serves the same purpose as Markov's assault rifle, and is really only used to damage a monster during chase. Anyways, because Hyde is decent against every monster, consistent with his damage, and easy to pick up for everyone, I would definitely put him in the A tier. Right off the bat, Parnell is definitely the strongest assault out of the cast. He's basically if you put Samuel Jackson in Evolve.
You wanna play games, motherfucker?
He is the most consistent in his damage while not being as easy as Hyde to learn and pick up. He's not terribly hard to learn either. He can switch between a shotgun and a rocket launcher each time they run out of ammo, which means that Parnell has no downtime in damage, unlike other assaults that have to switch to an equipment to set up their damage. He also does a ton of damage with his rocket launcher, doing 70 points of damage per rocket, and his shotgun doing about 50 to 60 points per shot. And I haven't even talked about his Super Soldier yet. If he didn't do enough damage output already, Super Soldier basically gives you steroids and speeds up how fast you're allowed to shoot your shotgun and rocket launcher for 13 seconds. It also boosts your movement speed and jump height, so it's amazing for chasing the monster. If you get really good at Parnell, the monster can't even escape from you half the time unless they have really fast movement speed or abilities that can add extra distance. And even if they do get away, eating or even evolving is almost impossible to do without taking damage, because Parnell can usually show up to bite a little bit off the monster.
I got no idea.
my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
Because of his consistency, damage, easy learning curve, and chase potential, I have to put Parnell in S tier. He can be downright busted sometimes. Torvald is definitely the most complicated and hardest assault to play in Evolve. In the wrong hands, Torvald can do nothing for your team, and probably be placed at an easy D tier or lower. However, if you get good at Torvald, that's a different story. Most of his consistent damage is going to come from his shrapnel shotgun combo. You throw a frisbee and shoot the weak points with your shotgun. Simple, right? Yeah, but that's not what's gonna win you the game. His biggest damage dealer, and also probably the second most satisfying thing in this game, is its mortars.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick!
Although hard to aim, if they hit a monster, his health bar is going to drop like a rock. Usually Torvald players will run capacity so they can maximize the amount of mortars that hit a monster. He's also great at preventing body camping, because a monster can't stay at a body for too long or else he will get rained on by mortars, which makes good windows for last players or trying to get someone up via healing. In the hands of the right person, Torvald is the most terrifying assault in the game, and can decimate even the strongest of monsters. But because of his steep learning curve, consistency, and the fact that there aren't that many great Torvald players, I'm gonna have to put him at B tier. Finally, we have Lennox, the most fun assault in the game in my opinion. I mean, how could you not have fun literally UFC fighting a giant alien monster in a mech suit? Lennox's main damage comes from her plasma lance, which can stack up to a 4 times multiplier, kinda like Blitz Markov's lightning gun. It also loses its multiplier if you take any form of damage, also like Blitz Markov's lightning gun. However, you can stack the plasma lance so fast that it doesn't really matter if she loses the multiplier because she can get it back immediately. Lennox's lance is also the only gun in the game that doesn't require a reload. Yeah, you can infinitely damage the monster without any downtime. Then comes her Thunder Strike, which is literally the most satisfying move in the game. It's literally an RKO. Thunder Strike is a great way to close distance on a monster or just get a lot of distance during a chase, and it does heaps of damage. However, it has a really long cooldown. Now while this might sound great and S tier worthy, Lennox's biggest downfall is her range. You have to be basically in front of the monster to do any damage. This comes with a lot of problems, such as getting damaged by the monster easily, which means you can lose your lance stacks very often. And since the monster is faster than you, they can just run away and you won't be able to do much about it. She does have her heavy cannon, however the damage is very minuscule and should only be used in chase or if you're fighting a Kraken, which, let's face it, you're probably not going to win a Kraken v Lennox match. Oftentimes the strat for monster players against Lennox is to just whack her from time to time so she can't get that big boy damage on you. Many monsters in the roster actually accidentally counter her, such as Wraith, because her melee hitbox extends to her back for some reason, or Gorgon, where you can be hit by web snare from her butt. Behemoth also just does so much AoE damage that most of the time you'll lose stacks to one of his abilities not even aimed at you, or by getting hit by his roll. She's an extremely fun assault to play, but can be countered pretty hard. In my original tier list, I placed her in C tier with Markov, but nowadays, I believe she deserves B tier with Torvald, because although she can be countered, she does have a lot more consistent damage than either Markov. So that's my Evolve Assault tier list. I know you guys have been waiting for this video for quite a while, and I'm sorry I kept y'all waiting. I am planning to release my final Trapper tier list soon, and hopefully remake the other tier lists so they are on par with this one. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Just be civil about it, please. Let's have discussions, not arguments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.